Hey guys, so I am getting ready to head back into work right now, but I just wanted to check in. I'm having like a bloaty moment because it is my monthly moment, and I don't understand because I always feel like I just had it, like what the hell. But anyways, I wanted to give you guys an update about the whole alter ego effect and developing my alter ego for the situations where I really need to step out of myself, in particular, like with business and asking for things that make me feel uncomfortable and doing things. And so I was up the other night until like 2 a.m. and I was like, I don't know how to develop this character. So I went to my good friend ChatGPT, and I tell you, ChatGPT is really stuffing it up with the prompts that you can give it and what it can do. So I asked my ChatGPT and I said, this is what I'm hoping, this is the type of alter ego I need. I need an alter ego that is passionate, fierce, who's like all these things, like all these different words that to me signify somebody who is on top of their game, who, if they were running a large corporation, what I would need to be that person. And I was realizing, I said, I have a lot of those qualities already in myself, but I let my more meek, modest, insecure parts of myself take over. So I need to work on that. So I put that in and developed like a whole backstory to my gal, and her name is Emerson LaVale. And so she has a whole name. And so I'm working on visualizing myself as her. And before I start my day, basically I have like a whole ritual that I'm putting together, basically where I put her on. So when I'm feeling uncomfortable or like my head, I'm saying, I can't do this. This is too hard. I don't know where to start. Then I stop myself and I tell myself, well, I'm Emerson LaVale and I can do anything. And this is what we're going to do. So I've been putting her on her little hat. And so there's little things that to remind me of her that I'm probably gonna get, but I'm creating a whole like media mogul moment in my world as her and not as myself. So it's like a whole like alter ego. Like, so when I think about like what I can do as myself, I think in limiting terms, but when I think as Emerson LaVale, there's no limit. So it's a weird thing that I'm going to be using a lot, but I use it like at work. Like this week, I've been like, okay, I have this to do, and I need to make phone calls, and I really don't want to call this person, and I don't know why I don't want to call this person, but I want to put it off. And then I'm like, okay, what would Emerson LaVale do? And that's like, oh, she would pick up that phone and just call the people and start talking to them. And I did that today in a meeting, and I was like, I really don't want to be at this meeting, really don't want to deal with this. And so, I have all my grumblings, and then I was like, you know what would Emerson do? It's like Emerson would come in prepared. She would have all of her questions written down. She would call a meeting. She would say, I need better understanding about what you're asking me to do. So this is what I need. And I sat down and had a meeting today, and it went really good, and it was really brief and concise, and the other person came prepared, and I started asking the questions, and somebody else popped by and I had to ask a question, and it was a question I was putting off for a long time. So I'm just trying to work on using that approach in business right now to get things done. And the same thing as I'm getting a new boss. And so I have some uncomfortable feelings about that with change. And it's like, damn, I just got used to someone else. And what is this person going to think of me? And I'm like, what has my boss been saying about us? And, he was like, I haven't told the other person anything, and they need to basically find out from you guys, like who you are and how you work. So basically, like, I'm just going to put that hat on. And, when I meet my new boss on Monday and I do my one-on-one sit downs with her and just be real with her and talk to her about things. But also, like, when my boss came, I set up some boundaries, and I said, look, like, this is what I've learned from working at this organization, and I'm really concerned about burnout with people in our department. And I said, and this is what this boss is able to create for us, which was putting boundaries in place so that we weren't being overworked where people wanted to leave, that we were working hard within the parameters that made sense for us, and we weren't being sent to events and be given jobs that had nothing to do with our role. And our main role is raising money. So I'm excited about BTS because I have 5 business plans for different elements of my business. The Hot Tub Club podcast is just the beginning, and the vision that I have on creating basically a podcast network of like-minded people and really creating this vision. And then I have another side of my vision with my whole YouTube channel. And I basically have a whole brand created based off of what I've been doing with my YouTube videos and my fitness journey and turning 40 and a life that I want to create, and really re-envisioning my life for like the next, 10 years, and building what I have always been destined to build. So it's been really good, really positive, and I'm looking forward to sharing more. I'm going to have a whole behind the scenes series on my vlogs about building this empire that I would like to create, and it's going to be pretty awesome. And then also some of a leadership extension on that as well, with teens and children, and really just putting positivity in the world and making people feel like they can do anything. I just feel like that's what I need to do. Anyways, if you guys haven't checked out my Hot Top Club podcast with Justin Morgan, and we were talking all about the power of gratitude, then please go and check it out, because it was a great episode. I'm so grateful and happy that he came on the show. He's just such a good person, and he has some great tips about the 7-day challenge, gratitude challenge, and just check it out. And we're really kind of pushing each other, and I have ideas for him, and I'm like, okay, well, how can we team up? And I really want to create a gratitude journal. And I'm like, okay, well, how can we collaborate on creating this gratitude journal? And have I ever put a gratitude journal together before? Have I ever designed one before? Not really, other than just Canva. But I'm like, well, how can we take it to another level? And so for me, I'm just like, okay, well, if I'm trying to build an empire, what kind of planner do I need as a CEO to be able to get things done of like multiple businesses? What do I need to be able to support that? So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. And I am really excited about you guys meeting Emerson LaVale, who is my alter ego, and what she's all about. And I can't wait for you guys to see me start this journey on building profitable businesses that really speak into the world of positivity and leadership and caring for other people and really lifting people up in this time when we really need it.
$20 seconds. Almost there. 15 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Okay, so we're gonna play Mariah's new song. It's fire. I love it. Type Dangerous. It's so good. Hey guys, it's 12:45. It's Saturday, and I'm up, and I feel horrible. I just thought I'd come on and just document my week of just feeling horrible. And it's just, I have going through a really weird cycle right now where I feel like run down, super fatigued. What triggered it was having that really hard workout on Memorial Day. And then been feeling like overly fatigued for the past week. And so I, try to take it easy. And then this week I had a couple of hard workouts. On Tuesday, I ended up doing the rower, and I finished it about 20 minutes on a rower and got off, and then I was fine. And usually once I'm done with like the gym, I'll go and like have a handful of cashews or have some avocado. The avocado is kind of a new thing. Usually it's like an apple, and it just helps my blood sugar just kind of mellow out, because after I work out, it always drops. And yeah, even that wasn't helping. I just been exhausted. We had a really hard workout on Friday, and usually like I'm all in with all of the active rest periods. Like you have like a little break between the next exercise, and we did a lot of Tabatas this week, and I felt so bad. I came into class feeling okay, and And then in the middle of class, I just started feeling like really dizzy. And just kept telling myself, I said, you know what? I need to slow down. I need to slow down. So I tried to keep up with everyone and running my laps. And then eventually I was just like, I'm done. I just need to just walk this lap and slow down with like, we had to do these little stairs, like stair stepper thing. And yeah, so after class, I felt bad yesterday. And then I haven't been sleeping well this whole week. So that's been kind of a drag. I've only been getting like 4 hours of sleep. And yeah, it's like my body is rebelling against me right now. So I've been trying to eat. And so this is the time where I'm like not in the mood to eat. So I basically, the only thing I've been craving has just been like vegetables and like an occasional bite of chicken, and that's about it. So I just been eating a lot of fresh vegetables and fruit. And today I had to work in the morning. I had to do another event on a Saturday. And I came in, I felt okay, felt like pretty good. But then like in the middle, I think I was good up until the end of our presentation. And I think I just got sensory overload because there's just people in their energy. There's certain people who have this frantic energy, and it just, something about it just really stresses me out. And I had to be around a person who's like that today. And I had the part, I did do a toast to our boss who's retiring. And so like we had a glass of, I had like a very small glass of champagne. I said, I just want to take like a sip and that's it. And I took a sip of champagne, like probably like 2 like itty bitty baby sips. And then after that, I felt horrible. So I ended up saying I needed to go home because I felt bad. And I had plans. I wanted to go to Ulta and go get some foundation, which I need badly. And I was like, I'm going to go home. I don't feel good. So I ended up coming home to eat a little bit. I just had we had like fruit salad. So I had like a little bit of fruit salad. And I think I had like 3 cucumber slices and one other thing. It was like nothing fancy. I just ate like vegetables and fruit, no meat, and no bread. That was something, because the last time I like binged on like Danishes and mimosas, and I said, not this time, I'm not going to do it. But just that little sip of like alcohol just put me over the edge, and I just felt horrible. And then I started getting a headache, and then I was like, I'm going to go home and I'm going to go to sleep. And I ended up saying, I'm going to let myself have like an hour and a half nap or something. And I ended up sleeping for like, I think almost 3 hours because I was so tired. And then and then I got hit with this anxiety today, which has been crazy. So every now and then when Aunt Flo's around, I get horrible anxiety, just like severe anxiety. And that's the time when I would prefer to be like by myself and just kind of hunker down at home or go for a slow, quiet walk. And I got hit with that today during church. I just had all this anxiety come up and I feel really stressed out. So I just keep telling myself like out loud, like, okay, you're feeling frustrated and annoyed right now because like of your hormones. Or like to say, blame it on your hormones. It's your hormones are freaking out right now. So it's like the little annoyances. I'm like, this is not anything new. This is just your hormones. And, I felt like a little teary today. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is going on with me? So anyway, so yeah, that's kind of been my week. It's just not feeling good. Tomorrow I have to go to my boss. My boss is having a retirement party at his house. And so I have to go do that. And I really need it this weekend just to rest. But I'm doing this because like his feelings would be really hurt if I didn't go, even though I feel like crap. And I just want to be like, I don't want to go. But my plan is to go for like an hour and a half and just be like, honestly, I don't feel 100% today. And I probably should have taken probably Friday off, but I worked. The rest of our team did, but I kept working because I always work. So I feel bad. But anyways, so my goal is to go there, hour and a half, and then bail and then come back home and try to just rest. But I've been doing a lot of pushing through this week, which I don't recommend. And I had to do laundry today and I had to do my grocery shopping. And so that was something else I had to push through and do because it's just one of those things that you have to do it. you know? So even though I feel horrible, I just was like, okay, I'm gonna go do that. And back to my nap, I ended up getting up and I was super hungry, and I was like, well, I don't really have any groceries in the house. I don't have any protein in the house. So I ended up just running to Starbucks and getting like their spinach feta egg wrap. And that usually will do the trick. And I will be like balanced out and full for a couple hours. And that really didn't do anything today. So I just been feeling like horrible. I thought it was because I wasn't eating enough calories. And I've been tracking my calories and I've been staying on track with like my eating. So I don't know. So I'm like, it's very well that I'm not eating enough, but yeah, anywho. So I'm just gonna eventually lay down and go to sleep at some point, but I'm watching There's Something About Mary. I think this is like the second one. There's just been so much stuff going on. I'm like watching the news and watching like all the ICE raids and all these like poor people that are, you know, being treated like crap by our government, and like it's just a lot. I'm trying like not to watch the news, but at the same time I'm like, how can I not? Because it impacts all of us. And like if they're going into people's neighborhoods and arresting them and pulling them out and treating them like they're the scum of the earth, they can do that to anybody. And you know, they're just basically using intimidation and threats, and it's kind of old, getting kind of old. So I feel really stressed out today and not 100%, and a lot of anxiety. So that is my update for Saturday.